check the rhythm, feel the vibe, beats dropping hard, making heads collide, bass thumping loud, shaking up the street. Every step I take, moving to the beat, lightning fast, I'm breaking it down, feeling the pulse in every sound, never miss a step, always on the move. The beat's my partner, we groove as 1, 2. I close my eyes and let the music flow in this crazy world. It's the only thing I know.
And the one will be standing and actually we will sing the national anthem.
Quite frankly, a stadium any smaller could not hold the energy of this game. Welcome everyone under the Friday night lights of McMahon Stadium. It's the ASAA Game of the Week between the Notre Dame Pride facing off against the St. Francis Browns. Connor Toffin joined by Derek Brockenier. It is a sensational atmosphere out here tonight at McMahon Stadium, Derek, and this might be a game of the week, but for these teams, this is the game of the season.
It really is. This is the rivalry of Calgary football in high school. These two teams are getting fired up for this. We have, Notre Dame, notorious for winning championships and city championships, provincial championships, as well as St. Francis. I think one of the coaches said they won 27 championships and 7 provincial championships. This game got to be at McMahon Stadium because Shouldice can't hold all the fans. For sure. Now, for these players tonight, this is a game that they've had circled on their calendar all season long. This is their Calgary rivalry game. It's a tradition between these two teams. Now you add in the factor, and we had it last year here as well, you add in the factor of McMahon Stadium, you add in the factor of being live on Telus TV, and just kind of describe to me the emotions that the players might be experiencing tonight.
Yeah, I think both teams, their emotions are going to be pretty high, and it's going to be a good example of the first start of the game. I think we're going to see a little bit of a messy football game at first just because of the atmosphere and, the live TV. But then as soon as everything calms down and everyone forgets that they're on TV and they're at McMahon Stadium, we're going to see a really good football game. But these two teams, they're going to go at it.
Yeah. Now, we are expecting a bit more of a grindy type of game from the Pride today. They are a noted running team. In fact, when I look down at my roster, they didn't even list a wide receiver. They listed 19 running backs, so they're saying anyone on offense can run the ball at any time. Just kind of what's this Pride offense going to look like today?
That's a good question. They actually didn't really list a quarterback either, so
no.
You never really know who's going to be where. But they're going to ground and pound you, and that's what Notre Dame football is all about. They're going to come in. They're going to show you different looks. They're typically an eye back with a slot back. They love running against their tight end. They've even popped out the wishbone this year, which is a little bit really old school.
Really old school, yeah.
Yeah, but, they get it done. They're going to find ways to get their athletes their ball. Number 5 and number 2, Aaron Obo, and I believe it's Devin Zhang. They're going to get them the football somehow, and that's what they want to do.
Yeah, we're going to call a lot of those 2 names today. Another name we're going to call a lot today, Finn Gertson on the St. Francis Browns, running that offense, third-year quarterback. He's been starting for the team since grade 10, and you don't always get that at the high school level. A lot of the times you get a quarterback that's in grade 11 in his first year starting, in grade 12 in his first or second year starting. So you get a guy like Gertson, third year running that offense. What do we expect to see from the Browns today?
Well, I also think that the Browns are going to come out and they're going to pound the ball. The last couple of games, they ran student body left, student body right, another old school type of offense. I think that St. Francis wants to pound you. They want to run the ball to pass the ball. They're going to show you all kinds of different looks. They were running this bunch quads look to the field so they can throw wide receiver screens and then they can take deep shots down the field. With Finn has a lot of experience. What I'd love to see about him today is confidence. If that guy comes out here with confidence, he's going to light the Browns up.
Right.
Or sorry, the Pride. But if he struggles early, it's going to be good to see how he comes back and finishes the game.
We got a good crowd out here tonight at McMahon Stadium. Students started piling into here. I would say about an hour ago. There were some people here really early making sure they got first row seats to one of the games of the season down in the Calgary area.
We got some of those Browns with no shirt on. They're ready to rock. This game brings out more higher population, higher attendance than some Dino games. So
yeah, it's like I said earlier, it's a game that these players have had circled all year. It will be the Pride getting the ball first.
Yeah, and you can see Aaron Obo back there to return right now, number 2. I would not kick the ball to him. He is electric, and he can really start this game off on a big bang for the Pride.
Did see the ball fall off the tee there. We do have a little bit of wind here in the stadium tonight. It's moving from the left to the right on your screen. They will not kick it to either returner. Ground ball picked up by Lucas Scott. A linebacker, one of the oven, finds a seam across the Brown 50 and taken down across the 45. There is a flag on the play. As of now, a big return for Lucas Scott.
Yeah, they did a little squib kick to keep it from the returners, and Scott just found a little bit of a hole. See there, he catches that right there. We got good blocking out front, and he just runs straight, find a seam, gets right through, and right there, it's just the kickers left to get him. Looks like they got a holding call from one of those up backs.
Now the 45 going back.
My apologies on that one. Always forget to unmute the ref.
Yeah, it was a holding call there that sent the Pride back.
So now the Pride will be starting from their own 35. Get our first look at Chris Cox lined up under center. Hand off to the back. It is Obo running to the right side. Finds some space. He's got a first down and a lot more across midfield. Obo tripped at the 30.
And that's the start that Notre Dame wants. We've got another flag on the field here. It looks like after first down, though. We'll see. It's another holding call against the Pride. We'll see if it's after first down. If it's after first down yardage, it'll still be 1st and 10.
Flag was thrown right at the 50. So it is in that area of a hold, and now we see that offense moving back.
Holding, number 22, after yards gained, 10-yard penalty, first down.
Yeah, and there it was, after yards gained, so they're still going to get a 1st and 10 here, so that's pretty big. That's really good on both sides. Notre Dame wanted to bust that thing open, but it's kind of saved St. Francis here instead of that big game.
That is now 2 costly penalties in a row on the first 2 plays of this game going against the Pride. Big kick return across midfield, and then an Aaron Obo run down to the 30, both brought back. Still a first down, though, so they will snap it from the 40. Cox, a grade 11 quarterback, said he's improved a lot since training camp running this offense. There's a handoff up the middle, and the Browns are all over it.
Yeah, it looks like they just ran the same play the opposite side, running away from that tight end. Right, they're pulling number 65, trying to kick out, trying to find a little seam. Didn't get much.
Call it a gain of just 2. Lots of heavy formations today is what you can expect from the Pride. We got a fullback in on this drive and a flag on the snap.
Yeah, that's a procedure call. That's going to push them back 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and long now. They really went back to that same play. They're pulling number 65.
Legal procedure, number 65, 5-yard penalty, 2nd down repeated.
You can see here, right guard's pulling, gonna kick out that end. Just running that power game that Notre Dame is popular of.
So this is the spots that a running football team doesn't want to be in. 2nd and 13. And will they get Cox to go to the air? Devin Zhang behind him, 5 receivers out. Lots of motion here. Obo takes that jet sweep. Obo trying to find some room down the right side, and a beautiful tackle. They'll blow it dead off the forward progress with Anthony Haynes in on the tackle first, and the Browns are going to get a stop.
Yeah, we see the replay here. Here comes Obo coming around on the jet sweep. See that right there? They got to block those guys. They need their helmet on the outside. The ball's going outside. The helmet's got to be on the outside, okay, because those defenders are just going to scrape off and push them to the sidelines. And that's a really good job of that Francis defense there.
Punting unit is out here for the Pride. Dorian Reyes to punt it away. A couple returners back. Reyes angles it towards the sideline, bounces at the 45, back behind the return man. That's Rocco Sirianni running back at it, and he just falls on top of it and makes sure his team's going to get the football. Might have drawn a no yards here as well.
Yeah, there's no yards. That Notre Dame player there just ran right into it. But that's a really good bounce for the Pride there. It was really a short kick. Francis returner kind of missed it and rolled all the way back to the 20. Number 25 really got in there for that no yards call. You know, high school football is all about field position, and if you have a good punt game gives you 65% chance.
No yards. Number 25, 5-yard penalty, 1st down.
Yeah, we talk about special teams all the time in these games, and we see it week after week after week at the high school level. And special teams is more than just kickoff returns and field goals. They're more than just point-scoring plays. Play like that swings field position here in favor of the Pride. Heavy formation here from the Browns as well, trying to bounce it out to the left. Not a lot of room there. And the Browns are able to fall forward and somehow pick up about 8.
Yeah, that's what the Browns are going to do. If you can't take that running back down on the first initial contact, like, they're just going to keep pushing forward. You see that line going through. That's a great play for that defensive lineman. That was number 4, actually, their linebacker, Lucas Scott, in there. He just couldn't bring him down early.
I actually call it a pickup of 9 for Oyeniran. Run up the middle, and they're going to have enough here. About a gain of 5 there for Oyeniran.
I don't think you're going to stop Francis on 2nd and 1 too many times. They just give it that fullback dive right through the middle of that offensive line. Man, just bullying that D lineman. Easy 1st down for the Francis Browns.
It's actually Santiago Martinez Alvarez. You know, I don't know how many football games I've done in the past couple of years. I can tell you there hasn't been one where both teams are lining up with a fullback.
That's true. Yeah, it's that old school football for you.
Here's another handoff. Power run to the right side. This one is to Oyeniran, and this time the Pride defense able to only let up 3.
Yeah, this is just like we talked about. The Browns want to pound the ball to throw the ball. So they're going to do exactly what Notre Dame does. They're going to try to wear everyone down, and then they're going to spread it open and throw the ball. Here they go now with the quads to the left.
Bit more of a passing formation here. Gertson going deep into coverage, and thought there might have been a flag on that one. They're not going to get it.
Yeah, it looked like the defender grabbed him there early for a little pass interference there, but
when Francis goes to this quad formation, there's 3 things they like to do. They like to throw up these bombs. Oh, yeah, he got him a little early there. Pride got away with that one. But they like to throw those wide receiver screens to the field, and then they like to come back and they throw that bombs. They want that one-on-one matchup because, I mean, it's just athlete versus athlete at that point.
Alexander Giela out to punt it away. High hanging punt. That nose of the football is right up. Good carry on it. And it'll bounce out of bounds. They'll keep it away from Devin Zhang. A good punt will put the Pride at their own 27.
And we talked about that punt game. That's a good 40-yard punt right downfield. Great job getting it outside the numbers, in between the numbers to the sidelines there so it could bounce out for no return. That was a great job by Francis Browns. You don't want Devin Zhang to get the ball on that return.
No. I mean, any level, a dangerous returner flipping the field 40 yards.
Absolutely.
So second drive now for the Pride offense. Got the ball to Aaron Obo a couple times. You see Devin Zhang, he's listed as a running back, but he does like to line up at fullback. He will block quite a bit for this offense as well. This time he'll kick out to the left. Run to that left side, spinning off a tackle. It's Brown. Brown across the 30. And he'll end up picking up a good gain on first down. We'll call it 5.
Yeah, Serrani Brown there with a great job bouncing off that defender. The Browns have now got 5 down linemen. They're trying to try to stop that power run game. He did a great job spinning off that, getting to the outside, getting more yards. Now it's 2nd and 5 instead of 2nd and 8.
Three backs in on this one. Have no clue where it's going. It'll go to Obo across the right side, down at the 35. That's not going to be enough for a first down. Is it close enough to go for it?
Is that Charles Beach there on the tackle there, scraping across? It is. They just went wishbone toss. Charles Beach, their middle linebacker, just scraped all the way across. No one got a body on him, and he was able to make that tackle behind the line. It's 3rd and 2 here now. Looks like Notre Dame's going to go for it.
Yeah, and that is a full 2. They need the 37. You see the tip of that football just crossing the 35. This is a full 2 yards. Maybe a risky play. The Pride going for it in their own territory. Looks like Devin Zhang lined up at quarterback here, and a flag on the play.
They got a time count violation. Yeah, head coach DeLuzio doesn't look like he's too happy about that one.
Time count violation, number 5, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down repeated.
So you can't see the wind too much. You can hear it there, though.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. The wind is powerful. It's picked up, we were talking about it earlier. It picked up around 2, 3 o'clock. It was a really nice day this morning, but... And here we go for another punt with this wind. It could be a big factor.
We'll be in the face of the Pride on this one. Angled pretty much the same way, right to the sidelines on this one. No chance for a return, and let's see where they mark it out. Just outside the Browns' 50.
Yeah, it's about a 27-yard punt, which isn't bad. Really, they probably would have really loved another bounce.
Yeah.
Right, to really push Francis back. But Notre Dame's defense is really good. It's stout. It's known for that 34 cover 3 defense.
Another heavy formation. We've only seen 3 drives. Not a lot of movement on offense yet. Here's an open receiver. They got a man. Kane makes one more miss, and he's down in the red zone. Big play for the Browns.
Yeah, they just went 22 right balance, 22-I. Ran out goes on the outside. Get the ball to your athletes. Avery Church with a great play there. Sorry, that's Marcus Kane, sorry. Big first down for the Browns. See, that's what Finn gives you. Finn gives you that long passes to the sidelines. Able to pick up a big first down.
They talked about it, Derek. They're going to use that run to set up some deep passes. They hit on their first. Bit of a jet sweep here.
Yeah, they went jet sweep within the boundary to the two-man side. They had 3 wide receivers to the field there. Francis likes to mix up their formations. They'll show you everything. They'll show you a 22 split back. Then they'll go to 32. Then they'll go under center. Then they'll hit you with a student body.
Gain of 2 off the sweep. Might be another passing down here for Gertson, or maybe we got some 3-down football now inside the red zone. 2 backs, one of them will kick out to the right. Gertson going for the end zone, and it's overthrown.
Yeah, he just missed him there. He just needed to throw it to the sidelines just a little bit more. Let that receiver go get it. Kind of threw it over his head. These corner routes, sometimes those receivers break it off early. As you can see, he was going to that front cone instead of the back cone. Finn threw it to the back cone. Just a little miscommunication there between Finn and Peterson. Grade 11.
I think that shot of Eric Nanda after that pass fell incomplete shows you everything about how the players feel about this game. Going forward on 3rd down. Gertson over the middle. It's caught. Touchdown, Browns. It's Jack Gagnon.
Yeah, that's a great play call right there. They came back with the same look. They ran the same corner route with Peterson to the left, and then they just ran Gagnon straight up the field on the backside. And he had one-on-one with no safety help. Finn put it in there with a great pass. That's Avery Church that just couldn't get there.
So the Browns strike first with 3:54 to go in the first quarter. They'll look to make it a 7-point lead. Bit of a stutter step there for the kicker. But Raniuk is able to put it up and through. 7-point lead for the Browns.
And the Browns did actually what we were talking about there. They came out the first series, they pounded the ball just like they would, like Notre Dame would. They wanted to go pound to pound with them, and then they just spread them out and let Finn take care of the rest.
What a drive for the Browns. Goes 57 yards.
Really need Notre Dame here to answer really early. Again, the Francis Browns, you can see, look at all the fans they got there. The atmosphere is good. So if Notre Dame can get a little bit of drive here, they don't even need to score a touchdown. If they can get a field goal or flip the field position where now the Browns are inside the 10, inside the 20 trying to drive, it'll get them right back into this game. Again, Aaron Obo's back there to return. Another squib kick.
This time they will let it go to one of the returners. It's Zhang across the 35, cutting it back over the middle. And he's taken down just outside his own 40.
Yeah, you can see this replay here from this view. That middle of the football field is wide open again. They ran that squib kick early and broke one. He just runs straight up the middle of the field. Keeps it in between the hash marks. That's a really good return. Brings it out past the 40.
They'll mark it at the 41. Look at how many players the Browns have in the box right now. They know what this game's all about. I count at least 8. Run to the left side. Browns are right there. Flag on the snap of the play as well. We'll have to check it. This one will go down as a loss for Obo as it stands.
Yeah, they're running what they call double eagle. So they bring both those linebackers right down off the edge. So that's got a 5-man defensive lineman, and they're going to send those guys every single time to plug those holes.
Offside, defense number 8, 5-yard penalty, first down repeated.
That's John Donovan who was over offside.
So they'll put it down now at the 46, 1st and 5. It was a free play the whole way for the Pride. Motion, handoff. This is Brown trying to carve his way up the middle of that stout Browns D-line. I don't think he got there, but he will pick up about 4.
Looks like it's going to be another 3rd and 1. Once again, they're just trying to run a little zone read there. Read that defensive end. If the defensive end comes to the quarterback, he's going to hand it off. The defensive end comes down, take the running back, the quarterback takes off and runs.
Doesn't look like they quite need the 51 here on a 2nd and 1. Quarterback sneak. And they got more than enough on this one as they will move the sticks on 2nd down.
Yeah, it's Devin Zhang going in at quarterback to take the quarterback keep.
That's the old CFL move, right? Put your running back or your backup quarterback in there and just go get us a yard, get us a first down, start it all over again.
It's a bit of an advantage for this Pride offense, I would imagine, as well, because Zhang does take some snaps at quarterback. So sometimes when you talk about that running back or fullback going in, there can be some issues on the snap. Don't really expect to see it with a guy like Zhang. Another handoff, another one up the middle, and just tough sledding up there.
Well, it's funny you say that. We were actually watching Zhang warm up. He was actually throwing a lot of footballs down there during warm up. So maybe they might have something where he's going to say, take that ball, throw it up, put Aaron Obo out receiver, toss it up. Francis wouldn't even be ready for it.
Yeah, we've yet to see the Pride attempt to pass, but you know what's coming at some point. Just be a matter of if the defense is ready for it. 3 out to the left, 2 to the right. With 1 back, Obo motions in. They'll fake the sweep and a handoff. This one to Zhang, crosses the 53. It'll be a 3rd down and a bit to go here, maybe 4.
Yeah, a little jet sweep counter to Obo. See how they pull number 65 again. They're going to pull him, and they're going to run behind 65 a lot today. And Zhang comes through, gets him enough. It's 3rd and 4. I wouldn't be surprised if they go for it. Notre Dame just loves pounding that ball. They're going to wear that defensive line down. Just keep running and running and running and running. And eventually they'll break one.
So going for it on 3rd, they need the 48. Zhang pulls it, keeps it himself. He's got another option out to the right. There's a flag on the play. As of now, Zhang has room, tripped across the 40. Out at the 38, but this one is coming right back.
That's what you're talking about with Zhang at quarterback. They run that read option sweep. I think it was on an automatic give. That's 2 big, huge plays Notre Dame has broke off right now and come back on holding. So versatile to play quarterback, running back.
Illegal block. Number 3, before yards gained, 10-yard penalty, 3rd down repeated.
Yeah, that hurts the Pride big.
What a crowd we got. It looks like a Rider-Bomber game to me almost out there.
Only a little bit of orange, right? Yeah,
yeah, no orange. There's a little bit more green and blue with those ones. No watermelons.
Yeah.
I don't have one on my head like I would at a Rider-Bomber game. So we'll force the Pride to bring out the punting unit. Kick is away. Pretty good one here. Touched at the 35, and the Browns are just going to have to fall on it as Kane mishandled it. In the end, he did the smart thing and just fell on top.
Yeah, that could have been the break that Notre Dame needed to flip this field position. He got a great kick, but I think he got stuck in the wind. It kind of curved right back into the middle of the field. I mean, that's pretty good for Notre Dame right now. Now, Francis has got the whole entire field to drive here now.
Starting from their own 35 on this one. Quick flip. It's Jack Gagnon who just scored the touchdown. Out to the left side, gain of about 3, and that'll be it for him.
Yeah, nice little jet sweep, trying to get to the outside, trying to stretch that Notre Dame defense to the sidelines. What they like to do is they like to run the jet sweep just like Notre Dame. They'll counter back inside, so they want to stretch those linebackers out wide and then come right back up into the middle. Here's their quad look again. They go to do a little bunch with the receiver on the outside.
2nd and 7. Gertzen over the middle, has a man open. Dylan Aguirre right near the 1st down stick, trying to drive forward. They stopped his progress going forward. This one's going to be a close one at the 45.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a couple inches short. It looks like he has to get to that 45-yard line. The ball might be just a little short. Finn did a great job just taking what the defense gives you. All right, there's a little spot, little hole there. The receiver just ran a nice little small little hook route, put it on his body, and they're probably looking at here just a quarterback keep for a 1st down.
Good first half. Browns driving. We got possibly a 3rd down coming up right after the break.
Yo, check the rhythm, feel the vibe, beats dropping hard, making heads collide, bass thumping loud, shaking up the street. Every step I take, moving to the beat, lightning fast, I'm breaking it down, feeling the pulse in every sound, never miss a step, always on the move. The beat's my partner, we groove as 1, 2. Close my eyes and let the music flow in this crazy world. It's the only thing I know.
Welcome back to McMahon Stadium. Pretty excellent first quarter on pretty much a perfect night for football, as perfect as you can get here in early October. Browns up 7-0 on this IC Live Procast in the ASAA Game of the Week. Connor Toffin joined by Derek Brockenier. Really good first. Yeah, Browns controlling right now a little bit.
Yeah, I'd say the Browns got the advantage right now, but never count out Notre Dame. There was a couple years ago they played, and there was a wild fourth quarter where I think there was like 28 points scored in 5 minutes. It was crazy, and Notre Dame came back and won. So this game's never over, but Francis does kind of have the advantage right now. But it's the same thing. We said it was going to be a ground and pound, old school type football game, and I mean that's what we're getting.
I feel like these rivalry games just get better as that clock keeps ticking, and you know, as time goes on, teams are getting a little more used to each other. They're a little loose, right?
Yep. Well, these two schools know each other really well, so
they did actually move the sticks after that last play in the first quarter. So it'll be a 1st and 10, and now it'll be a 2nd and just less than 5 after a quick run.
Yeah, they gave them the first down. They put the ball right at the 45-yard line. They just run a little slot motion here, lead right through the hole. So nice little power with the slot back right through the B gap. The B gap is right there, the hole right between the guard and the tackle. That's your typical old school football right there.
Sets up 2nd and manageable. Gertson dropping back to pass. Quick pass towards the sideline is caught. 7-yard pass and a 1st down.
That's what I said about what Francis is going to do to you. They're going to give you different formations at almost every play, which is really good to throw the defense off. They went 22 split back there. They just ran all hooks by the wide receivers. Finn's just looking for the softest defender, which means the defender that's giving the most space just wants to get that ball out nice and quick, get that 1st down, move the chains.
That was Xavier Adenio, just a grade 10 player. Making his mark early, Gertson looks deep, now pulls it, he's gonna run, and slides across the 50. He took a hit as well. Ball came out, he was already down, and a flag on the hit.
Yeah, that didn't look good. All those rules to protect the quarterback. They fake that jet sweep. They had a seam route wide open, but he didn't like it. He took off the run and he went to slide. And yeah, number 18 comes in, shoulder right to the chin. Hope he's okay. He looks okay.
Unnecessary roughness. Number 18, dead ball foul, 15-yard penalty, 1st down.
Yeah, not often you actually see a high school quarterback going to slide.
No, that's not typical. I mean, I don't blame him. Eric Nada was coming down to really bring the pain, I guess you could say. And he did. It's just good to see Finn being okay.
Yeah, Gertson got up right away. So spot it at the Pride 34. Another run. A little bit of a hole up the middle. Good gain on 1st down. This time it was Gabriel Ogbamo.
Yeah, same thing. Lead right through the B gap. Fullback leading. Just power running. It's a great job. Takes two defenders to bring him down to the ground almost every single time. I wouldn't be surprised if they came right back to it. Eye back under center is another, it was very popular in the early 2000s in Canadian football.
Offside, number 98. That penalty is declined. 2nd out.
It'll set up a 2nd and 2. Guess there was a Pride player offside there. So they had the option for a 1st and 5. Probably they're confident in either scenario.
Yeah, the way they're running the football, I would take 2nd and 2 as well. They might take a shot here.
He'll fake it to one, go to the other across the 25, and should be enough for a 1st down here as the Browns just keep on churning those chains.
Yeah, and that's what they were setting up earlier there with the jet sweep. They come back. I actually like that. They came back with the slot back with the counter underneath instead of the tailback. They got the first down. They probably expected a little bit more out of that play, but hey, as long as the chains are moving, I'm sure the coaches are happy.
Now with the 24. Keeps that Pride defense on the field a little longer as well. 2 backs. This time they're going to go to the air. Gertzen flushed out of the pocket. All sorts of pressure. Gets it away. Took a bit of a hit, and there's a flag on the hit. The Pride bench not happy about it.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about that one. He was pretty close to him. He just gave him a little shove. I think it's just because Finn was off balance. Yeah, it didn't look like too vicious. It's a tough call just because all the rules protect the quarterbacks. Just looked like Finn was off balance there and he took a hit. Didn't look too late, but I mean, we're up here. Refs are down there. They have the better look at it.
I think also we'll get the call.
Unnecessary roughness, roughing the passer. Number 9, Notre Dame, 15-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage, first down.
You know, as much as we've talked about old school football today, I think this, they're still going to officiate it like a new school football game where those quarterbacks are very protected, and that one's a borderline call, but we see it called more and more as the years go on.
I totally agree with you. It's one of those things you can call it either way, and if, unfortunately for the Pride, it went against them. I'm sure, when they start throwing the ball, they might get one their way. It's one of those calls that can go either way. It's 50-50, and it's all the ref's discretion, and that's why they're out there on the field.
So remember, too, those 15-yard penalties, they're not half the distance to the goal. They're still 15-yard penalties until the 1-yard line, so this one will be put down at the 9.
That's correct. That puts them right inside the 10-yard line.
Browns on the doorstep of going up 2 scores. This Pride defense needs a play. Gertzen right under center. Heavy formation here, 3 backs spinning away. They'll take it up the middle. And Odenyo, in the end, will be driven back a little bit, a gain of just a couple.
Yeah, that's Xander out there at the wide receiver coming in. Now they got, they got the fullback and the tailback with the lead up the hole. Now he's just a grade 10. He's one amazing football player. He actually kind of reminds me of Eddie George, the old school. He's like 6'1", power running. So it's really good to see him get the ball.
From the 6-yard line, Gertzen. Over the middle, incomplete. Brings up 3rd down, and now decision time for the Browns.
Yeah, there's their 22 split back again. They ran a nice little post route, one-on-one with no safety. Really good ball. Right through the uprights, using it for almost like a pick. That's a veteran move there at quarterback to be able to do that. Sometimes the defenders think it's going to hit the post. It goes right through, and they just missed that. Just missed it.
Those posts, they can play a little bit of an extra defender too.
Absolutely.
Really good at Gertzen to fit that one through. Doesn't get the completion, and that will bring out the field goal unit. Ryan Yuckies, no field goal attempts on the day yet. 1 for 1 on the extra points. Bit of a high snap flag on the snap as well. And did Ryan push that one right? He did. And the Pride are just going to fall on it. They always talk about those wide angle kicks. And the angle on that one a bit tricky from that tight. We're going to have to check the flag here, though.
Yeah, the closer you get to the post, the harder that angle is. He just pushed it to the right there. The wind probably played a little factor into that one. You would think it was just a chip shot, but anyone could miss that one.
I believe we have a flag after the play as well.
Yeah, it'll be no yards. Yeah, it'll be no yards there in the end zone. Those Browns went right after the ball.
So this one's big here if we're talking against the Browns. The Pride could just get the ball back. You got the no yards on the play as well, so they'll get not terrible field position. But if we're talking about it being against the Pride here, we're talking about 1st and goal. Let's get the call. Then it is.
Yes, we have offside Notre Dame, and then we have no yards on Francis. So as you can see, he's talking to both teams.
Yeah, not often you see those 2 calls made with each other.
Yeah, we're going to get the call here right now.
So we got offside on the defense, 5-yard penalty. We have no yards on the kicking team, 5-yard penalty. Be balanced the line of scrimmage, And we'll have the down replayed third down.
Yeah, so both penalties are just going to subside, and then now we're just going to re-kick it.
Interesting. Like I said, I don't think that's a combo of penalties I've seen in that situation before.
Yeah, I think that very rarely happens, yeah.
So that does mean that Rhyniak will have another chance here. Missed the last one, same distance. This time it is up. And he drills it right through. 10-0 for the Browns.
You can't give a kicker a second chance, right? You see that in the NFL all the time. Well, missed that first one, but then the second one's money. Yeah. He made sure he wasn't going to miss that one.
So we're talking about a kicker here in Rhyniak that's showing us he's got a bit of a leg, it looks like, for the Browns here. And at the high school level, Derek, not every team even has a kicker on their roster. What kind of an advantage can that give the Browns?
Oh, it's a massive advantage when you have a good kicker. And like we talked about earlier, the field position. You know, last night there was a game down at Shoaldice. One team had a really good kicker, and they're always stuck inside their 30-yard line.
Right.
The other team didn't have a kicker, and they were always punting. They're only punting 15 yards, and they were always stuck. And they're giving the other team an advantage of starting past the 50-yard line, past center. Well, I mean, there's got to be some sort of number there, right? Like a 65, 75% chance that that team with a good kicker is going to win, because your field position is always flopped, and you're giving the other team the advantage.
I think sometimes we don't talk about special teams enough, even in the Canadian game. I mean, if we're talking about a team that's getting net 40 yards on their punting plays versus the team that's getting 20, how badly would you want a receiver to get you 20 yards every offensive drive?
Absolutely. Here, like you could see, they're squib kicking here, and they're giving Notre Dame, right, there's another squib kick. So now we're going to give Notre Dame good field position.
Ball's on the ground. And the Pride able to get back on top, and kind of becoming a bit of the story of this game. We got another flag on the play as well.
The Canadian game is so important to have a good kicker.
Holding, number 96, 10-yard penalty from point of foul. First down.
That has to be the fourth holding call there on Notre Dame. It's really, really kicking them right now.
Yeah, I mean, they're down 2 scores. They got 0 on the scoreboard, but we've seen them produce a few big plays. It's just that every one of them has been called back.
Yeah, they've had 2 really big runs there that called back. It's probably a good 80 yards of field position.
Yeah, and a kick return on the very first one of the game as well. So we'll see if they can get this offense going here. Zhang lining up as the quarterback. Kind of expect some Wildcat type of plays. We did see him throwing a bit during warm-ups. Zhang keeps it for himself on an option. And he falls forward, pickup of 5, maybe 6.
Yeah, Zhang's going to give you that 4 or 5 yards every single time. They fake the chase, sweep to Oboe. Here they're using their 2 best athletes. They're faking it to Oboe. Just grinded there with Devin. We'll see if they get the air attack going here soon. It's really hard in the Canadian game, it's the high school, just to pound it 5 yards, 5 yards, 5 yards, 5 yards at a time. But Notre Dame, that's what they're known for.
And they have a couple guys that are really good at doing it as well.
That looks like another time count violation.
Flag. This has hurt him today as well. I would imagine on an offense like that, especially for a wide receiver, there has to be a lot of buy-in to run an offense like this successfully.
You got to be very patient.
Right.
You got to be very patient. Yeah, those receivers out there, they want the ball as well, but very patient. They'll open it up here soon, but they just still want to grind that Francis defense down a little bit. But the tail of this, it's the penalties. Referee's going to give the call.
Time count violation, number 5. 5-yard penalty, down repeated.
So once again, we're talking about a 5-yard gain, 5-yard loss, let it down.
This is very un-Notre Dame-like. Notre Dame's usually disciplined.
Look at that formation. Bit of a clear out. Zhang will hand it off, run up the middle for Brown, and that one's not really going anywhere. Gain of 3, 4, and I think the punting unit's going to have to come back on the field here.
Yeah, they went 3-back shotgun. Tried to run a little triple option there. So Zhang's just reading that defensive end. He comes upfield. He's going to give the ball off, and if he comes into the running back, he's going to take that out. Now they got a little like a speed option right there. So now he can pitch it to Oboe. or he could take off and run.
Another punt here for the Pride. Browns are going to look to set up a return. Pretty good punt here. Touched at the 35, ball on the ground. It's up for grabs, and the Browns just barely get back on top of it. I would love to see a replay on that one as well, because Kane was straddling the sideline as well.
Yeah, here's what we're talking about with the wind. They got a nice little line drive punt there. Looks like Kane lost it in the air. Out away from his body. As a returner, you really want to get that ball close to your body, and oh, it was so close.
Looked like he stepped out of bounds there as well.
If he steps out of bounds, he can't be the first person to touch the football.
Maybe a bit of a miss and a bit of a bounce there for the Browns.
So Francis got away with that one.
Another handoff. Pride gang tackle across the 45, but a gain of 7.
Yeah, they're just running off tackle left. The defensive end goes wide. The outside linebacker goes wide, so they just come right back inside the B gap there. They're going to be running right to that B gap off tackle all day long.
Second and manageable. That's where the Browns have been living so far today with 6 minutes to go in the first half. Another run. Jamre patiently waiting behind the line, waiting for a block.
Great job by Notre Dame there. Lucas Scott, the grade 11 linebacker. No one gets a hat on him, which is great. He fires right through there, makes that tackle. Now they're short, 3rd and 1. If Notre Dame can stop him right here, looks like Francis they're gonna decide to punt. Unless they're gonna come in with a heavy set. This might be their student body that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, these might be the big boys here.
They're gonna put 4 running backs right in that backfield, and they're gonna run right behind them.
Now for reference, I'm not 100% sure what the student body is. This will be my first look at it. And that is definitely an old school formation. Ball kind of juggled a bit there. They do have the first down, but a flag on the snap as well.
Yeah, they might have jumped early. So student body left, student body right. What they do is they put 4 running backs in the backfield. They'll send 3 guys right up there. So now it's almost like you have 3 fullbacks going through each gap. They give it to the tailback, and he's either going to punch it or he's going to sweep it outside.
So it could be a big call here.
Offside, defensive line, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Pride have just been getting into trouble. You said they're a disciplined team. What do you think might be happening here tonight? Is this just a rivalry game?
Yeah, it could be. It could be that. It's the big rivalry. Could be the atmosphere, the cold weather. They just lined up offside, so.
Quarterback keeper faked me out on that one. And
yeah, so
Kane will get taken down just across midfield.
They've been running this all year long. They bring it out, and then they'll pound and pound and pound. They just run a little quarterback sweep here with their grade 12 athlete, Kane. Notre Dame was ready for it. Got to give it to them. Notre Dame's going to be very prepared. Now, I know the penalties have been hurting them, but they're usually a disciplined team, and I'm sure Dave DeLuzio will get them straight.
Across the right side.
Great tackle. Great tackle.
Yeah, once again, just not a lot of room there. That time for Charles Beach.
Yeah, they put everyone to the left side. They sweep everyone to the right. Look at that. Great pursuit, great tackle, form tackle, helmet. That was Avery Church.
Feels like a big play in this game. 3rd down and 4 with 4 to go in the first half. There's that student body formation again. They'll fake the handoff. They're going to throw it, and it is caught. Oh. They got a touchdown. Adenyo. Browns up 16-0.
That's what that kid gives you as a grade 10. You can see, look at him in this thing. He looks like he's a grade 12, but he's only a grade 10. It looked like he overthrew him. But Xander, being the athlete he is, he just turns on the jets. You can see it. He's tracking. Those long arms, and no one's catching him after that. That is a great play call. We haven't seen that from St. Francis all year. You knew something was coming just because it's the Notre Dame rivalry. You got to do something that they're not prepared for, and they bring it out.
That Adenyo, like you said, he does not look like a grade 10 high school football player.
No, he does not. He was, you know, I'm on the U16 Team Alberta staff, and he was part of our team the last 2 years, and is a tailback, is a slot back, and we always talk about it. He reminds us of Eddie George, only way more dynamic for today's game.
Right.
You give him that ball, he's like the upright, the power, he can go in the middle. You can see he just slips right out right there, right past the linebackers. Tracks it. And in a track race, as a grade 10 in a track race, you're not catching that kid.
53 yards on the pitch and catch. Extra point was good, so 3-possession game now for the Browns. Felt like a pivotal play. Notre Dame hoping for the stop there, get the ball back just on your own side of the field. Instead, now they'll have to take the field down 17. What do they got to do here on offense?
Well, I think they get, like we've talked about, they got to be disciplined. Their penalties are killing them. They're bringing them back. Every game they have, they lose it, and then they're stuck. They're stuck in second and long. They're stuck in, you know, the holding penalties. It's just they got to be disciplined. They got to stick to their game, stick to what they believe in, stick to their prep, but the penalties got to stop.
We do want to thank the Sport, Physical Activity and Recreation branch of the Ministry of Tourism and Sport with the Government of Alberta, who's a funding provider to the ASAA. The funds received from this area of the government are put towards enhancing the quality of life for Albertans. Ball's fallen off the tee a couple times here, so might be bringing a holder in for this kickoff.
You need that Notre Dame crowd to wake up to help these kids. Well, they'll probably squib kick it again.
That is what they'll do. This time they'll let it bounce back to Jean. Fields it at his own 25. Trying to make a move up the middle. And he'll get tripped up just across his own 40.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I mean, the middle of the football field here against Francis's kickoff is wide open. Just a nice little middle return. You're about 1 or 2 blocks away of actually finding a little crease or a seam to get through there. Get the ball past the 40-yard line. That's not bad. And again, field position. So Notre Dame has pretty good field position here. If they get 2, 3, 4 first downs, now you're in field goal range.
Still got lots of time to work here in this first half. Clock ticks down towards that 3.5-minute mark. They're going to go to the air. Out wide into the flats. It's Obo, and takes a hit on the sideline. Pride want a flag. They're not going to get it.
No, I think it was a little too close to the sidelines for a flag. But here, now this is good. Now they're opening up their offense a little bit. They had the corner route there wide open. But that's okay. Check it down. Complete a pass. Get some yards. Oh, maybe he was out of bounds.
Apologies. That was an Obo. That was Siva Therese.
Yep. So Notre Dame has a right to question that one. When we talk about player safety, they got one with Finn.
Yeah.
Right.
Handoff. Cutting it back to the middle is Zhang, and like you said earlier, it's almost a guarantee that as long as that flag doesn't end up on the field, you'll pick up 5-6 yards. Now, after the play, there's a flag, so I guess there's a commentator's jinx. Yeah, it's usually what happens when you say something, it just comes right back at you. But that's great. They cut it back inside there. Gets a nice big first down. And this is what we're talking about. Move the ball, move the ball, move the ball. It looks like it's going to be on Francis for taunting.
Unnecessary roughness, number 5-0, defense, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Okay, you know what? I said as long as Notre Dame doesn't get a flag, so I'm going to not take the blame on that one.
So as you see the replay, the player that made the tackle, he made a good, nice little block there. He was on top of him, stood over top of the player, said some stuff. Well, ref, he's going to call that every single time.
Yeah, there's been some chirping in this game.
So you can see right here to your right, number 50 on top of that Notre Dame player, pushing him down, standing over top of him.
Oh, yeah.
Talking some trash. That's what Notre Dame needs. Move the chains. Bring those yards back to them. Got to be disciplined.
Some extra whistles before this snap could get off. I believe we're just whistling in the 3-minute warning.
Francis got those 5D linemen down there. Safety's down close to the box because they know they don't have a passing threat as of yet.
Run. Obo. Can't find a hole.
A nice little 2-yard gain there again, running behind 65. They're going to do that a lot. He's their big guy. They pull him to try to kick out. See that little block of number 8? Run right behind him. 2nd and 8 here.
like to see them throw a little bit, go back to that little leak to the flats. France is inviting the pass. They want them to throw the ball.
From the 42. Another run. This time it's Zhang. He's met behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 1. It'll bring up 3rd and 9.
Yeah, once again, running behind 65. You can see 65 here pulling, kicking out the end. They want to try to get through that crease. Number 7, Brown. Serrani Brown has to lead him through that hole so he get more yards. Leaves him in a 3rd and 8 situation, and now they got a punt. I bet you if there was about a 3rd and 4, 3rd and 3, I bet you Notre Dame goes for it.
Well, there's just no holes right now for Zhang. The Browns are filling up absolutely every gap. High punt. Taken inside the 5. It will be returned. It's Sirianni trying to get the edge, and he's taken down just outside his own 5.
Great coverage there by number 9, Somoto Orgwan. He actually overran it. You can see he runs right by him. He misses it, but he comes back. He tracks it from behind. Watch this. Runs into his own player, comes back, makes a great tackle. And this is what Notre Dame needs. And this is why I say they stuck to their game plan. They stuck with everything. And now they've pinned Francis deep here at the 5-yard line. If they get a stop, field position comes back to them.
No more flags on this one. Did this snap get off in time?
Maybe it might be a procedure here against Francis.
This could back them up to their own 3 if it does go against the Browns.
Legal procedure, offensive line, they were not set. 5-yard penalty, first down repeated.
Yeah, Francis just trying to go early right there. They weren't set. They got to be set for a good 2 seconds before you snap the football. So this is here. Now Notre Dame's going to get something back here. There's a minute and a half left. I think they still have 2 timeouts. So if they can stop here, maybe even get a safety and get some field position back, this would be good for the Pride.
1st and 13. A couple backs in the game for the Browns. No doubt about it here. They're just going to run it. No gain.
Yeah, and you know that Francis probably doesn't want to take any risks putting the ball in the air in case there's a pick 6 or just an interception given a yard. You can see them all stacking there to the box. They knew they were going to run it. And now another tackle for loss. Now we're at 2nd and 14 here. If I'm Notre Dame, I want to protect the seams, right? Nothing up the middle of the football field. Force them to throw the ball to the outside, to the field, that long throws. As you can see here, they got the 4-pack to the left, to the wide side of the field.
Browns need some yards here, so they're going to go to the air. Across the middle, it's caught. Won't be enough for a first down. About 3-4 players from the Pride in there. Taking down Aguirre, and that should bring out the punting unit.
And I'm okay with that. Take what the defense gives you, right? Just a little hawk route there to give you some breathing room. 1 tackle. He breaks that 1 tackle. He probably has a shot at, maybe getting it pushed out a little bit more, maybe getting a first down. That's good. Not pushing the ball downfield into coverage and turning the ball over and giving Notre Dame good field position.
Pride have calling a timeout. So minute 19 left in the first half here. Pride will have it at their own 8.
So they want to try to stop the clock here instead of running it down under a minute. So they're going to stop the clock here. They're going to get the ball back. Francis might take a safety here.
I was going to ask about that. What would you do if you had the headset on and you were coaching?
Well, I would probably take the safety. It's 17-0. That puts it at a 17-2 game. Now Notre Dame gets the ball back at the 35-yard line. Now, they haven't really, marched the field yet, right? So I would play defense. That would give them, probably a minute with 1 timeout to try to do it. Hey, maybe they go 3 and out. Maybe, and then Francis is going to get the ball back in good field position. We saw their kicking that wasn't really that good. It's a little bit better with the wind. Not taking away anything from the kicker. That's a tough wind out there. But I would take the safety here and try to push Notre Dame back, keep them from scoring a touchdown.
Football is such a chess match. Right here we have one of those moves that you never know how it's going to look at the end of the game. So they are going to take the safety here. They'll run it around in their own end zone a little bit to try and tick some time off the clock.
Yeah, that's great. They ticked off 6 seconds there. So for the viewer, that doesn't seem like a lot of time, but that 6 seconds is a lot of time. So now it's a 15-point game. It's still two-score game, and Notre Dame has to start at the 35-yard line. They got 1:11 with another timeout left. That's a good strategy by the Browns. I actually, knowing how the game is going, I think if Francis had the wind and the way that punter was kicking,
yeah,
I could see them kicking out of the end zone. But punting into the wind, yeah, I think you just got to take the safety.
Yeah, we're talking about even if it's a 30-yard net difference with the wind in their face, you're still talking about the Pride getting the ball at about the 35-yard line.
Yeah, so they're getting the ball at the 35-yard line right now, and they got to drive the whole field. Oh, as you can see, look at that. We got a nice little view of the markers on top of that. You can see how hard that wind's blowing.
They're going to go to the air. Pass to the sideline, up for grabs. There's a flag in the backfield. It was thrown late. Pass fell incomplete. And we might have a roughing the passer coming up here on the Browns.
Yeah, it's coming back to the Notre Dame now, roughing the passer. He steps up, throws the ball, and yeah, hands right to the face, right to the chin.
Unnecessary roughness. Roughing the passer, number 93, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Looked like maybe just on the edge of our frame there might have been a bit of a push.
Yeah, it actually looked like there could have been a pass interference call downfield too. And if that had happened, that would have been a 30-yard game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those penalties would be added together. So now the Pride get it at the 50, their own 50. 1:05, so now they've shown a bit of a willingness to go to the air here. They don't have a ton of time to keep running the ball. And they'll be thrown again here as they empty out the backfield.
Oh, there he is.
Cox, open man, it's cut. It's Zhang down across the 40.
Yeah, so they bring that fullback up to the outside. Now they're it's like an empty look, but what they want to do is they want to set that edge so they can roll out, get out of the pocket, get to the field. They just run a nice little hook route behind the halfback when they're playing the zone. So what they're doing is they're trying to flood that zone, and the halfback, they just curl in behind them. And when the halfback stretches to the sidelines, that's an easy first down.
35 yards on this drive so far for the Pride. They need 40 more to get to the end zone. Clock is ticking here, down to 40. That's where they snap it. Gonna go to the air again. Got to get it out quick.
Oh, they had the seam route wide open.
And I'm just not sure if Cox had the time. He was trying to get it to Obo.
Yeah, the guy came. You can see him right there at the top of the screen. Oh, right. No safety. Right up the hash mark.
That's what a pass rush does, right?
That's what a pass rush does, yeah. Kind of makes the quarterback panic. He can't make his reads. That's great. You can see it just open up right there, but then you look and he's got a guy right in his face. He just can't get the ball off.
2nd and 10. Pride have 36 seconds left to go in the half.
Yeah, they're going to roll left here.
Cox pressured immediately again. Big loss on the play. It's a sack for the Browns.
It's Jason Donovan going right through the B gap. That's 2 times in a row. He went right through the guard tackle. You can see the Notre Dame lineman talking about the communication there. Looks like the tackle didn't block down. He was supposed to. You can see them on the field talking to each other after that happened.
Colangelo Carr first to make contact, and then Donovan joining shortly after. Now I believe the Browns might be calling a timeout here.
Timeout. Browns.
Yeah, they probably want to try to stop the clock here to see what kind of field position they have, and they have a quarterback who could let it fly. So if they get a pretty good field position, I can see them try to run some seam routes, some out routes, just try to take another shot, get another lead.
So I've seen something interesting in the Browns return game so far. Normally, even if a team is trying to set up a return, they'll still rush 4 or 5. The Browns, though, they bring everybody back to block.
Yeah. So what they're trying to do is they're going to try to set up a return to the wide side of the field. So most teams are going to kick the ball. So right now, we're a little to the left. They're going to kick the ball to the numbers. They want to get it to the side. So what they're trying to do is they're going to try to create a nice little wall and return to the field. Notre Dame brings all their guys up to the line of scrimmage. They don't have any receivers or slot backs. So you can see it kind of spreads out as the play is going.
Kick taken at the 10. Browns looking to set up a return across the 20, and another flag on the play as well with 10 seconds left in the first half.
That was a late flag. Oh, bobbled the snap. It's a really good punt.
I'm just saying, Derek, if I'm coaching this game, I'm tempted to have my punter just run it up.
Yeah, there's a lot of space there to the field there, that last one. I like your style. A little fake punt there would be nice.
Holding. Browns, number 22. 10-yard penalty from point of foul. First down.
So shouldn't be too costly with 10 seconds left here.
No, I think the Browns are just going to kneel this one out. I mean, you got the ball inside the 10. You don't want to run a play here, cause a turnover, give Notre Dame an easy field goal. Well, looks like they're going to run a play. 22 split back.
Gagnon is the man in motion. They're actually going to go to the air here over the middle. Deflected away. What an athletic play for Michael Aluluhiha.
Yeah, they just ran a slant right over the middle of the field. Maybe they're trying to think that they get some space to get it to an athlete in space and have him take off and run. Looks like they're going to run another play.
What an athletic play.
Oh, no, they're just going to take a knee here and go into half.
From Aluluhiha. And yeah, Browns are just going to take a knee here. 6 seconds left, so they'll have to take one more. So took the one shot at it. Maybe seen it hit a defender's hands and then thinking a bit better of it.
Yeah, I think that was a little too close for their comfort there. The defensive back was right there to make the play. I mean, if he intercepted that, that would have been, well, that would have been really good. What Notre Dame really needs is a turnover or a big play to get back into this game.
So first half is all wrapped up. 17-2, the score for the Browns. They've been the better team so far, but I think we haven't seen the last of the Pride yet tonight.
No, I don't think we have either. I think that, and like it's what we talked about the whole entire broadcast here. It's the penalties. You know, they come out, they had a really good big return, they brought it out to center field, and a holding call brings them back. First play of the game, they take off with a big 40-yard run, holding call calls them back. Then they had another one there on about the third or fourth drive, big run to the right side for a 20-yard gain, holding call brings them back. They get a 6-yard gain, offside brings them back. So I think it's the discipline. I think Notre Dame just needs to calm down, go back to their game plan, and if they can fix the penalty side of things, they can move the ball and get back into this.
It's an IC Live procast of the ASAA Game of the Week. Right now, St. Francis up on the Notre Dame Pride, 17-2.
Check the rhythm, feel the vibe, beats dropping hard, making heads collide, bass thumping loud, shaking up the street. Every step I take, moving to the beat, lightning fast, I'm breaking it down, feeling the pulse in every sound, never miss a step, always on the move. The beat's my partner, we groove as 1, 2. I close my eyes and let the music flow in this crazy world. It's the only thing I know. The rhythm. Check the rhythm, feel the vibe. Beats dropping hard, making heads collide. Bass thumping loud, shaking up the street. Every step I take, moving to the beat. Lightning fast, I'm breaking it down. Feeling the pulse in every sound. Never miss a step, always on the move. The beat's my partner, we groove as 1, 2. Close my eyes and let the music flow. In this crazy world, it's the only thing I know. The rhythm.
Welcome back to McMahon Stadium. It's an IC Live procast of the ASAA Game of the Week. St. Francis Browns up on the Notre Dame Pride 17-2 after one half. Derek Brockenier joins me, Connor Toffin, in the booth. Interesting first half. That's kind of how I describe it. We've seen lots of running plays, for one, lots of flags, and we've seen the Browns mostly in control, but maybe not as much as the score would dictate.
Yeah, I think that's a good breakdown of the first half, like we were talking earlier. Penalties have really hurt Notre Dame, and they've had struggling to get the ball going. Francis has had a little bit more control on offense, but I think both defenses are really being stout, holding their opponents together. I know you see Finn throwing the ball here, getting the ball out to the wide side of the field. I think that gives them a little bit more dynamic in their offense, is their pass game, because they can get out and throw the ball, where, like we said at the beginning of the broadcast, Notre Dame doesn't even have a quarterback listed. And it kind of limits what they do. But on the other side of that, Notre Dame is going to wear you down with their run game. And as long as they don't have those holding calls, they would have been moving the ball, and maybe it's not a 17-2 game. Maybe we're looking at a 17-10 game or 17-13 game, or maybe even a tie game. So I think if they stick together and they stick to their game plan and they keep doing what they're doing, I would like to see Notre Dame stretch the field somehow, and it depends on how they're going to do that. Maybe even a trick play, or like you said, like a fake punt. The whole wide side of the field was wide open there on the last punt they had. Just something to get the kids a little excited, get the crowd excited, get this energy back into the game. But we still have a whole second half.
Yeah, so these high school quarters a little shorter, 12 minutes, versus at the professional level where we see 15. And you got a team in Notre Dame that loves to run the ball, that's going to take a lot of time off the clock. At what point in this game do you think the Pride start to go more to the air, worried about that clock? I don't think we're going to see it yet.
No, I don't think you'll see it yet. I think it's more into the fourth quarter you'll see it. The Notre Dame Pride is one of the best coach teams here in the city. And, the Francis team knows that. As the coach gave us a couple of notes before the game. He said the best coach team in the province. They're right up there with the best teams in the province, and their history proves that. But I don't think they go away from what they have been doing. I think their defense is doing a really good job. They got pinned there, with bad position here once or twice. But I think they just keep doing what they're doing and what they're known for, and they will break a play. Something will happen for them.
That Notre Dame coaching staff, by the way, 12 alumni are on that coaching staff, and it's just so great to see people that used to play on a team or that have gotten something from a program give back to it and put out a great product on the field.
Yeah, they've been known for that. They've sent a lot of kids to U Sport over the years. Every single year they have at least 10 guys to go to U Sport. So bringing back all those alumni to help coach, you can see the sidelines are just filled with coaches. That helps the kids during the week to prepare for these big games.
So the Browns will get the first possession as long as they can handle it. Ball was on the ground for a moment. Seen that a few times tonight. And a bit of room on the return here for Sirianni as he cuts around a couple times. Tackled at his own 40.
Yeah, they went there with the squib kick too. I think both teams are kind of cautious about this wind. So he went to the squib kick and they couldn't recover it right away, which messes up your return. So it's not a bad strategy. Two Notre Dame players there running into each other. Glad that no one got hurt. Those are the ones where you kind of see a knee go one way or an arm go the other way.
The Browns will start from their own 40. Pretty good first half for Gertson. 2 touchdown passes. Good run up the middle. There's a hole on a first down.
Yeah, there's your slot back lead through the B gap once again. So they bring the slot back around right through. It's almost like setting a tight end and a fullback through the hole. Just a hard-nosed run there. Gabriel Bungo. Agbomo. He's a workhorse. He works harder than a woodpecker in a petrified forest sometimes.
Love the sayings, by the way. I can't get enough of them on play-by-play. I made the trip down, my brain not quite thinking of them yet. Browns will pick up a couple.
There you go. That's a great play by the defense there, scraping off their blockers. They want to go through that B gap again, then they fill. That linebacker fills there. Then the defensive tackle, the nose tackle, is able to scrape off, get inside that B gap before the running back gets there. I'd like to see Notre Dame be more aggressive like that. You know they're going to go through. They haven't ran much counter. As long as the halfbacks and the outside linebackers stick for the counter, they'll be okay.
That was Oyuniran again, number 24. Only his second year of playing football. Here's a run out wide, and not a ton there.
Yeah, they just ran the jet sweep, tried to get outside, tried to stretch that defense. See, Notre Dame does a really good job filling gaps, forcing guys inside. That was a great tackle there. I think that's Avery Church again. We've said his name multiple times. He's a great tackler. He's a grade 12. 3rd and 5 here.
They need to get to the Pride 49. Offense going to stay on the field on a 3rd down. Gertson, he's going deep. Jump ball, incomplete.
Yeah, there's no need for a flag there. That ball was underthrown. If that was just a little bit deeper, that defensive back didn't get his head around. He didn't really know where the ball was. That's a great call by Francis, though. I was actually going to say there before you went in, I was like, you can see they probably just pound that B gap once again for 5 yards. They run a little play action there, try to catch them off guard. But again, this is why Notre Dame sticks to what they do, because now they get the ball at the 55-yard line.
Good field position here for Notre Dame. Like you were saying, it was play action. It was the run game that set up a 53-yard touchdown to Xander Adenyo in the first half, so not a bad idea. It was Keenan Brown in coverage for the Pride. Quick pitch. Zhang's going to throw! It's caught!
And that's a fantastic call by Notre Dame. That's what we were talking about at halftime. I'd like to see a trick play. I want to see something to get these guys back in the game. They go wishbone, they swip it over there to Zhang. He comes out. They got a corner out wide open. Nice ball, leads him right to the sidelines. Oh, a little bit more room. He probably turns that up for 6.
Anytime you got Zhang on the field, you got 2 running backs out there and you got 2 quarterbacks as well. Here's a run for Obo.
Yeah, Obo is going to give you 5 yards every single time. They come back, they run it right to the boundary, which not expected. They're pulling their guard here. The guard just needs to be a little bit more aggressive, create contact. Right, that's number 8 there on the tackle. John Donovan, he's a hell of a player too. Excuse my language, sorry.
Didn't look like much on the run, but it'll be a pickup of about 5. Just to go back a couple plays here, just kind of some housekeeping. It was Siva-Therese on the catch. Just a grade 10 player. We were seeing a few grade 10s contribute tonight, Derek, and it's impressive. You don't always see it at this level, especially in big programs.
You know, very impressive that grade 10s can get out there at Div 1 football. You see a lot of grade 10s play Div 2, Div 3 football in the city, but this level and this level of competition here at Div 1, especially with 2 teams that are at the top of the province, having grade 10s out there on the field, it is extremely impressive.
Must have a timeout on the field. I haven't seen one taken off the scoreboard, or is there an equipment issue maybe on the far side here?
Oh, the player's down there on the sidelines.
There is a Pride player down. Oh boy,
no.
I didn't notice that.
That's Devin Zhang. He's hurt. He's out of bounds there at the 26-yard line there. If we get a replay, maybe we can see that. Maybe the boys will help us out.
Yeah, not.
Well, they're looking at his knee.
Boy, this would be big. Let's get a look here. Number 5.
Yeah, he's lead blocking there. He comes out there to go get the corner. And, oh, he just gets wrapped up on. Looks like a player came down on the lower part of his calf.
Zhang is up and walking under his own power, actually walking pretty well. So that's a good sign more than anything. Of course, at this level, you know, you talk about the impact that a team loses on the field when someone goes out, but obviously the bigger part of that story is just the player health in general, especially when you're talking about high schoolers. And Zhang looks to be up and moving around decently well for the way he went down. Another run play here for the Pride. They needed a 21. They'll get pretty much right to the 21.
There's another 5-yard gain, just a fullback dive. Hit it hard and fast. That's Serrani Brown. They might measure here. He might be a little short. Looks like a football short from up here. And I know we're far up, so.
Yeah, looks maybe short. By the way, Zhang moving around on the sideline pretty well. He was hopping around on one leg, so another good sign. They will bring in the sticks for a measurement here. Rather be safe than sorry.
Yeah, it looks like they might be just a little short. If I'm Notre Dame right now, I already have my play called. I would tell those guys, say, hey, if we're short, we're going quarterback keep right away, and if we're not, we're running this play. That way you can try to go a little super fast, try to catch Francis off guard right here.
So out comes the chain gang. They're running hard out there. Well, these games don't happen without the volunteers on the sideline and all the staff that goes into these things.
Oh, yeah, look at that view. Oh, he's just short. Looks like about 2 inches.
Not quite enough. Not quite close enough to bring out the credit card, but about another chain link forward. And
great camera angle from the boys here.
Don't celebrate too hard, cameraman.
That's that TSN angle right there, ESPN angle.
There we go. So it'll be a 3rd and just inches, as we've seen.
This should be no problem for that Notre Dame offensive line to get a good push. You can see that A gap right there to the right, wide open. I would just run quarterback keep right through there.
Pride crowd getting into it. Browns crowd getting into it. Big play. Just a couple inches needed here for the Pride, and they're going to have it.
That was good. They blitzed that linebacker right through that A gap that I was pointing at, and then he went right the opposite way. Big first down for Notre Dame Pride. They're moving here, and this is it. They need to get in the end zone here. They really got to score. Now you're looking at a 17-9 game and only a 1-score game.
18 yards to go into the red zone.
We're stuck in that wishbone.
Cox, quick pitch. Oboe looking for some space. Sheds off 1 tackle. Gain of about 3.
Yeah, they like that wishbone formation. They think they can get lots out of it. They're stretching to the sidelines there. 2nd and 7. And here comes Devin Zhang back onto the field, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's going to be the lead blocker here or even gets the football. They got to get the ball in their athletes.
Good to see Zhang back in. Eden came in for him for a couple plays. We'll give it to Oboe on a counter. He's met in the backfield. Big play for the Browns. Charles Beach.
Yeah, Charles Beach is having a game of his life right now. He's grade 11. He's just filling those holes, filling those gaps. He read that counter from the second the snap came off and filled right through. That's a huge play.
So the Pride are going to kick a field goal here. Not an easy one by any means. It's pretty much straight up the gut between the hash marks here, but it's 24 yards away. Never an easy one at the high school level. Dorian Reyes back to kick. Kick is up. It's got plenty of leg, but it's wide. So after all that from the Pride, they'll muster up just a point.
And here comes Charles Beach right off the edge. He almost blocked that. Now, the Francis coaches were talking earlier. They said he's a great football player and eats, breathes, and sleeps football. And the play that he is playing today, you can tell that.
Yeah, I was going to say, sometimes when coaches say this guy eats, sleeps, breathes football, this guy lives for football, he's a football guy, usually when we get that in the notes, it pops off on the screen.
Yeah, and it really is. He is dynamic. He is all over the field. And as a grade 11, I mean, he's got a bright future ahead of him if he keeps playing like this, especially at the Div 1 level.
Yeah, Beach has made multiple plays so far from that.
He's inches away from blocking that field goal. I mean, Francis blocks that field goal. They got an opportunity to return that thing.
So just 1 point for the Pride?
Yeah, that's not what Notre Dame really wanted, those coaches probably didn't want out of this. You know, now we're a 17-3. We're still a 2-score game. Looks like we have a delay of game on the Francis here. We're going back.
Time foul violation. Francis, 5-yard penalty, counter feed.
Now, maybe they're not used to the live feed. They didn't even look like they were ready to come out of the huddle.
Yeah. So it'll set up a 1st and 15 now from their own 30. Big series here, 2-possession game, 17-3. Run down the left side, contacted just behind what that original line of scrimmage was. So it'll set up a 2nd and 11.
Yeah, here comes the jet sweep, slot counter. Number 5, Jack Gagnon getting the ball, coming through, cutting it back up. He's standing too tall when he goes through the hole there. You see that? That defender comes in. His first contact's super low. Lowest guy is always going to win. So when those defenders come in nice and low, it's easy for them to make that tackle.
Gertson looking right, looking to the corner, and that one will sail into the bench. Incomplete. 3rd and 11, and the Pride defense has come up with a stop.
Here's the advantage of having a grade 12 quarterback. They ran a seam route, or sorry, a go route on the outside, wide to the field. The defensive back had the coverage. He was deep. Finn threw that to the sidelines so the receiver could break it off and get to the sidelines. And, you know, obviously the wind took it out of bounds, but, you know, that's good. An incomplete pass in this situation is good. It's better than an interception or better than anything else that could happen. Very veteran move by a quarterback.
Brown's out to punt it away. Seen a couple good ones today. This one kind of skied, though. Bounces in Brown's territory back towards them.
Yeah, jump
Obo
on it,
touches it, and a flag on the field.
Yeah, jump on it quick, get those no yards. So this is what we were talking about with Notre Dame earlier when they were stuck down at this end of the first quarter. They couldn't punt into this wind. Francis was able to punt, but now with the shift, that ball got up too high, hung up in the air, and, I mean, they're looking at maybe an 18-yard punt. Oh, sorry, I missed the ref. Yeah, see those flags blowing in the wind? Look at that. The wind's a lot stronger down here. It kind of circles inside the stadium.
So they'll get it at the 47. Obo run up the middle, and he gets wrapped up at the line of scrimmage.
Almost looked like a clothesline. Little JBL, big clothesline right there.
You stole it from me. I was waiting. Just not a lot of room. There's about 4 or 5 JBLs on that defensive line right now. Wrestling fans are going to get that one. If you're not, we're sorry about your luck.
Yeah, there you go.
Obo, run out to the left, trying to break free, and it'll be a gain of 6. He's not going to get the first down, but maybe enough to go forward on third.
But here's some more trickery here, right? They fake the counter, and they come back with the slot sweep. Usually what you see is you see the slot sweep and then the counter. So that's really good by Notre Dame by mixing things up and confusing the Francis defense there. I like that. Like I said, let's see something different from Notre Dame.
3rd and 2, this is a big one. 4 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Timeout, St. Francis.
And St. Francis, probably realizing the situation here, up 2 scores, likes to use the timeout.
Is that their second timeout already? Or is that just their first? Because that's going to be big. If that is their second timeout, we'll double check on this.
Yeah, we'll get back to you in a minute. I thought that might have been their second because there was a stoppage earlier, but I believe that one was just their first.
Yeah, the board just still says it's their first. Because that's really important there coming to the fourth quarter in a tight football game. Definitely, we're not ready for whatever Notre Dame was cooking up right there.
You know, it's a 2-score game, but these things can flip on a dime.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
So you just never know, using a timeout this early, when that might come into play. Of course, though, they get the stop here, and it'll be well worth it.
Yeah, if Notre Dame can keep driving here and get another score on the board, even though they only got that 1 point the last drive, it builds momentum for this team.
They've been moving the ball here in this second half. They've been avoiding that flag so far. 3rd and 2, quarterback keeper for Zhang. He's met in the backfield. The Browns get a stop. It's Beach again.
Yeah, they tried to fake the sweep underneath the center there and then sneak through one of those holes. But Francis has every single hole filled. They didn't have anyone on the outside to get that defensive end, and he just kind of filled that C gap there. I don't know if the quarterback was actually had the option to pitch it to the tailback. If he had to pitch it to the tailback, they would have been off and running.
Anthony Haynes in on the tackle as well. So the Browns looking for a little icing on the cake here, starting at their own 40. Another big stop by Beach in the Browns defense. Call them the Beach Boys today. Run up the middle, quick gain of 2 or 3.
I don't know, whatever Dave DeLuzio said to these kids at halftime, this defense is came out to play in the second half. They're filling their holes, filling their gaps, they're tackling, they're gang tackling, flying to the football. 2nd and 8 now. They're not giving Francis anything. Here comes that quads look. Wouldn't be surprised if they try to go deep to the far side of the field here.
Pride only have, now there's 5 players over there. Pride only got 3-4 defenders. Ball is tipped in the air and falls incomplete. Boy, the Pride didn't have a lot of coverage, but someone got a hand on it.
Yeah, they tried to get a little fancy there. They swung the tail back out. Then they bring Finn on a bootleg. You see those linemen sliding, and he just tried to loft it over. Yeah, he got tipped. They're lucky he didn't get intercepted, because now, right, if they got intercepted, they would have got the ball at the 55-yard line. Now Francis has the opportunity to punt.
Might have found a receiver there, but you've seen Lucas Scott with the hops.
I think he had him. He just couldn't dip that thing right over top of him, right? He tried to kind of just alley-oop it almost.
Brown's going to have to punt it again. Remember, wind in their face. Last one didn't go too far. Bit of an awkward one. Looked like it was off the side of the foot, but taken at the 40. Good punt. And I thought we would get a no yards call.
Yeah, so did I. So did those Notre Dame coaches down there. They want no yards as well. Now you can see how it goes in the wind. It goes up, and then all of a sudden it just stops and drops. That wind is just killer in the punt game today. That's one of those borderline calls there. He was kind of close. He kind of wasn't. Like, again, the ref has the better view down there in the field.
Pride still down by 2 scores. They do get the ball back on their own 43. They'll fake the jet sweep pass, and they try to go out to the left side. They were looking for Brown.
They had a little space there on the seam route again.
Colangelo Carr bats that one down.
Yeah, they tried to run a screen pass or just a little dump pass to the tailback. Defensive end read that thing.
Might have been some room there.
Yeah, that's number 50. Colton Colangelo Carr. It was a great play by him, making up for that penalty he took earlier.
Oboe motions in. They're going to go down the seam, and it's out of reach rather, of Wyatt Connor. The Pride are absolutely irate on their sideline. They want a flag. Not going to get it.
Yeah, you can see the safety fall in the quarterback's eyes there. They ran double seam there. If we get the wide view, he hit him there early too. That could have been an easy call. But they're running those double seams. What they're trying to do is they're trying to bracket the safety in a cover 3 zone coverage. So when the safety flies to one side, they want to throw it back to the other side. As you can see here,
let's take another look.
Yep, he's flying back. You see the other seam route.
You know, it looks uncatchable after the contact, but I struggle to say it's uncatchable when you have athletes like we do in Football Alberta right now. Trying to take it out wide is Sirianni, and he is hawked down. What a tackle for Tosin Akindele.
Yeah, Tosin Akindele really just great pursuit on that. Sheds his blocker early, has great contain. Okay, contained. He wants to contain the outside so the returner can't get to the outside to the sidelines. Look at that. That's a great tackle.
That'll pin the Browns inside their own 15. We talked about it all game. Special teams is huge. Now they need to play from their defense. The Pride do. Browns lining up in a heavy formation. 2 backs. Gertson hands off, run to the right side, going nowhere.
Same thing, slot back lead through the B gap. They fill that B gap, forces that tackle to come down inside, right? You can see this here, their tight end tackle comes inside, he falls over. Now they got to lead through. Notre Dame's doing a great job filling that B gap and sliding off those offensive linemen. Gang tackling.
Lam Guerin with first contact. 2nd and 10.
Student body right.
Run to the left, going nowhere again. And there's flags after the play. Not sure who it's on.
Could be a little roughhousing afterwards, maybe. There's no student body right here. I think they were just trying not to turn the ball over here because they're stuck in their own end. Let's see if we can't see anything afterwards. Oh, yeah.
Unnecessary roughness. Number 4, Notre Dame. 15-yard penalty. First down.
That is a costly one. They had the stop, but the penalty will give the Browns a fresh set of chains.
Yeah, it's right back to the first half again with these penalties against Notre Dame. Didn't really look like much, but you know, you throw a guy down to the ground after the whistle, you're going to get 15 yards every single time.
You know, good atmosphere tonight. Pride crowd not liking it. You can hear them booing a little bit. They are right into this game. So the Browns now from their own 30. Couple plays still to go here in the third quarter. Still lots of time in this game. Run to the right side. And that Pride defensive line is coming up huge right now.
Absolutely. They've really, like I said, Dave DeLuzio must have said something to them at halftime and got them going because you can see, look at the penetration through the line there.
There's just nowhere to go.
Nowhere to go.
Should be last play of the third quarter, barring some more laundry on the field. Would like to thank the Sport, Physical Activity and Recreation branch of the Ministry of Tourism and Sport with the Government of Alberta, who's a funding provider to the ASAA. The funds received from this area of the government are put towards enhancing the quality of life for all Albertans. Tell you what's not enhancing the quality of life for these coaching staffs right now. Another flag.
Another flag. This is a flag-filled football game.
Little procedure. Number 81, St. Francis. Second down repeated.
Yeah, that's Xander there, the grade 10. Sometimes they get a little excited at, you know, being so young at this high level football.
So now 2nd and 14. Will this be the last play of the third quarter?
Yeah, they're still in student body here with Marcus Kane at quarterback. Remember, he pulled it out. They went play action.
They're going to do it again. Kane rolling out to the right, trying to find some space down the sideline. It is complete. It's complete. Adenyo again. Boy, Kane was right along that line of scrimmage. There is a flag.
Oh, it's going to be on the Browns. It's going to come back. But watch what Xander does here. He runs the corner out. He sees he's in trouble, and he stops. Now he's going to come back to the quarterback, right in the little zone area there. That's a great job by a grade 10.
I think we have an illegal forward pass here.
Oh, was he past the line of scrimmage?
I think Kane might have been a step past. Just any body part would have to be behind the 26 when he threw it.
Little forward pass, quarterback over the line of scrimmage. 10-yard penalty. Second down repeated.
Good pickup. So line of scrimmage is the 26.
Yeah, when he rolls out here, he's got pressure, so he gets to the outside. I think at first he was going to take off and run. But when Xander comes back into the... Whoa.
That is really close. And, you know, from that angle, it didn't look... It looked like he was behind the line of scrimmage, but keep in mind that angle is shooting left down to right. So if he's in line with that camera, it's going to look like he's behind.
Absolutely.
Really can't tell from that angle. So 2nd and very long. Now we might get the last play of the third quarter. Run up the middle. And they weren't even looking for that first down. They were just trying to get something to go over the middle.
That's the break Notre Dame has been waiting for, because Francis has got the other end of the call early in the game. Now Notre Dame gets the call back, so it evens out. Now Francis is going to have the win here on the punt.
That's it for the third quarter. Not a ton of scoring, just the 1 point for the Pride. 17-3 for the Browns with 1 quarter left to go.
Check the rhythm, feel the vibe. Beats dropping hard, making heads collide. Bass thumping loud, shaking up the street. Every step I take, moving to the beat. Lightning fast, I'm breaking it down. Feeling the pulse in every sound. Never miss a step, always on the move. The beat's my partner, we groove as 1, 2. I close my eyes and let the music flow. In this crazy world, it's the only thing I know. The rhythm.
Welcome back to McMahon Stadium. We got 1 quarter left to go in the ASAA Game of the Week. St. Francis Browns, Notre Dame Pride. 17-3 is the lead for the Browns. Connor Toffin joined by Derek Brockenier. Just 1 point for the Browns in that 3rd quarter, but they're moving the football a little better now.
They are, and you know, that's the kind of quarter that we thought it was going to be at the beginning of the game. Like, 2 teams that pound the football hard and play old school football. Like, that's the type of, you know, what you kind of expected. These 2 teams know each other really well. They play this game every single year. They play in the playoffs every single year. Then they play in provincials every year. So they know each other really well. It's kind of what you expect out of a game like this.
This has been a great rivalry game ever since 2008, when this, what is now a tradition, started up. So Browns out to punt on a 3rd and very long. Jean back to return, fields it in the air across midfield. He's hit hard, but he gets it to the Browns 52. And
they have good field position, like we talked about with special teams all day. Francis now has the win. They got a nice kickoff, hung it up nice and high, so their players can get down there and fill all the gaps and fill the lanes. Right on a punt return, you're trying to find a lane, trying to find a seam. Francis did a great job covering that. Leaves them at 1st and 10.
Might feel like there's not a lot of time left, but Derek, if the Pride could just get it to a 1-score game, as there's a run up the middle for about 3, get it to a 1-score game and get the ball back somewhere within that 3-minute warning, I think they'd be happy.
Yeah, I think you know, thinking as a coach's mind here, you want to try to score here with about 7 minutes left. And that, like, if they can score here in the next 5 minutes of the football game, then they got a really good shot. Then they'll have the clock stops at the 3 minutes. They still got both timeouts, so there is tons of time. But we kind of need the Pride to get in the end zone here.
Yeah, you'd think field goal might be out of the playbook at this point. Cox to the right side, threads the seam. It's brought down. Civet Therese, he's been the favorite receiver today. Brings in another one just short of a 1st down.
And that's great. Now you're showing a throwing threat. Now the defense is going to have to back up. They're playing that cover 3 zone. They got cut coverage to the field, which means the corner's low. They got hold fields to the field, so it means that halfback is low. So just take what the defense gives you. Find the holes, get a little passing threat going.
Big 3rd down here, a little bit of a tush push. There is a flag. It was thrown by the head official in the backfield, and it is against the Pride. Oh boy.
Yeah, it's another killer penalty. You can see they just moved just a little early on the left side of that offensive line.
Tandem buck, number 7, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down repeated.
That's a call you don't hear too often.
Yeah.
Did you say tandem block?
Yeah.
Tandem buck was the call.
They must have got behind the quarterback and pushed them. You can't do the old tush push in the NFL. You can't do that in Canadian football, amateur football.
Right. Sometimes you'll see those backs actually go up and push O-linemen forward instead.
Yes.
Cox, quick swing pass to the left, still 3rd down. Zhang needs to make a man miss. I don't think he got there.
No, he's going to be short by a yard. I like it, though. Get your athlete out in space and try to get him to break 1 or 2 tackles. They're going to mark him a yard short.
Giella and Donovan team up on the tackle.
Yeah, he just got his leg there and pulled him down.
And that is a turnover on downs.
Was that John Donovan on the tackle again? You said his name a couple times.
So now we're kind of at the point of the game here. 10-15 left. Browns have a good rushing attack. They might be looking to chew up as much time off the clock as possible, but so far in the second half, Pride have been able to stop it.
Yeah, here comes that jet sweep again.
It's Gagnon out to the left side. Cuts it up to the 43.
You know, this
And
Notre Dame
tackled
defense,
immediately.
the Notre Dame defense is really taking over here. Like, they're not giving Francis anything. Look at these guys. They're filling gaps. They're scraping off their blockers. They're forcing. Look at that. That's just a great job. Like, is that number 9 there? Simono Orguan again.
Second and nearly 10. This time it'll be a swing pass out to the right side. It's caught by Ogbomo. Has some room, and he is drilled across the 50, but might have went forward into first down territory.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to get the first down here. I like this. Swing pass to the field. Get your athlete out in space. It's almost like a punt return right now with space to run. Lowest guy's always gonna win. And he took a nice big shot there, Lucas Scott. That's the biggest play we've seen from St. Francis in the second half.
Can hear the Browns crowd getting into it. Really good one tonight. You know, I think regardless of the outcome, this is always going to be a memorable game for these players here.
Yeah, even the student body, they're going to remember this for a while.
Heavy formation for the Browns. Run through the right side of the line. Good pickup here, a good push. 7 yards.
Yep, just leading through that B gap once again. Old school lead, man blocking, fullback filling. Actually, they didn't really get a hand on him until he was about 5 yards downfield. Maybe that D-line is finally getting worn down. They've been on the field a lot. The offense can't get going for the Pride.
2nd and 3. There's no safety help over top, so the Pride are expecting a run. They're not going to get it. Browns going to the air. Gertson pulls it himself and slides. Remember, it's not where that slide finishes. It's where he gave himself up.
Yeah,
and it is right at the sticks.
Yeah, it looks like the ref's going to give him the first down. I like it. Little bootleg here. They've been pounding the rock. Little bootleg. Finn doesn't like what he sees. Keep the ball in your hands. Go for a slide. Looks like it's actually going to mark short. It's going to be 3rd and inches here.
Chains are ready to move. And yeah, now they are moving them.
Yeah. Then moving them now, yeah.
It did look like from up here a first down by maybe about an inch. Not much more, just the tip of the football.
Yeah, they didn't move the sticks and they had 3rd down, but they moved them now.
Yeah, it makes it a little easier when that stick is on that yard mark too. Another flag.
Yeah, looks like procedure again. Oh, time count. You know, a game like this with 2 top provincial teams.
Time count violation, number 10. 5-yard penalty, down the field.
I was just going to say 2 top provincial teams. They're always in provincials every year. This is a penalty-filled game. It's almost like week 1 instead of week 5.
Yeah. I mean, we're still a little early in the season. Well, about halfway through, I guess. And I think this will be probably a point of emphasis, I would imagine, for both coaching staffs heading into the week.
Yeah, I would say so. And maybe, you know what? It's the atmosphere. It's the live television. There's a lot of factors that go into a lot of these penalties.
1st and 15. Gertz into the air. Looking across the middle, flushed out of the pocket, outright. Not a ton of room here. He'll give himself up again. And he'll be touched down by Michael Alulohia.
I don't mind this by Finn either. He draws back. He goes through his read progression. He doesn't like it. Sees the hole, sees a lane, takes off and runs. Doesn't force anything. Just gets down, gets 5 easy yards to make it 2nd and 10. That's all he really needs to do. He starts forcing passes. That's when Notre Dame is going to try to tip those balls up in the air, get an interception, take a sack. It's not a bad move by a veteran quarterback.
And with every play the Browns run right now, they could tick off about a half a minute off that clock. Here's another run, drilled at the line of scrimmage. Might have seen Alulohia get in there again.
Yeah, they didn't
Guam in there as well.
They didn't get much. This Notre Dame defense knows exactly what they're going to do when they get into this formation. Not a huge. It looks like almost like a hold. They could have got a holding call there. It's hard to call because everyone's all right there. Not a huge fan of that call. I thought they should have put the ball in Finn's hands and let him take control of this. Try to get another first down. Now they got to come out and punt.
So Browns to punt it right back. This one kind of went off the side of the foot. Just a bit of a shank there. And that ref still walking up. They'll spot it out at the 32. So not a big net difference there, just 16 yards.
Yeah. There's another thing, like with the wind and with the kicking factor and whatnot, it's almost like they should have kept Finn out in the field on 2nd and 10. And then, you know, even if he just ran again for another 5 yards, now you can probably go for it instead of kicking because, you know, what's 16 yards here? It doesn't really affect the game at all.
So that'll keep the Pride alive. 6 minutes left in this game, down 2 touchdowns. I think it's safe to say that they need one here.
Yeah, we're at the 6 minute mark. We're at the 6 minute mark here, so they definitely need to do something.
Got a bit of a stoppage on the field. They're looking for the football. Went up into the stands.
Oh, it jumped the rail and went right in the stands. I didn't even notice that.
Derek, go get it. No loose footballs.
See if I still got it.
I wouldn't have it. I'd get tackled by like an 8-year-old or something and break a leg. Really good atmosphere in tonight's game. You know, the Pride side hasn't had too much to cheer about yet, but it's been good to see all these students coming out, sticking around. It's a tradition between these two teams to play this game, and it's been an excellent night of football so far. So Pride pretty much need a touchdown, as we said. Quick swing pass out to the right, and the Browns come up with a quick tackle there on Civitarese.
Yeah, quick swing pass. They're bringing too many guys over on the swing, though, kind of showing exactly what they're doing. I'd like to see them go downfield a little bit. I know it's hard in the wind, but you're right. The stands are full. Got to be a couple thousand people here.
Second and long. Cox looks out left. Jump ball. It's in the air. Still juggling around. And no one can bring it down. Incomplete.
Yeah, they rolled them out to the field. Same thing. They ran those little hook routes sitting in the zone. But it's just almost too many people ran to the football. The ball stuck up there a little bit high. There's too many guys around. And that was just like they're playing hot potato right there trying to catch it. That's a good thing, though, at Notre Dame. The ball didn't get intercepted.
Kind of an interesting decision here. You got 3rd and 12, under 5 minutes, and the Pride will be punting. So they're going to put the ball now in their defense's hands.
And here he goes.
Here's the fake. Looking for space. It's Reyes. Sheds a couple tackles. Oh, he's close, but he's not going to get there.
He's about 2 yards short. I don't mind that play call at all. You were talking about that earlier. You just take off and run. There he goes. I thought if he just kept to the left, I know it's hard for the punter, but see, if he just kept following those 3 guys right there as blockers instead of cutting back in, he might have got more yards. But he, you know, as a runner, you see your space, you take it. So Charles Beach again making the play.
He has been everywhere tonight.
Yeah, he has.
Biggest special teams tackle of the game. Look at the crowd here from the St. Francis side, all fired up. Another run. Some space on this one.
Yeah, that's Gagnon coming through with that slot sweep through the B gap again. He's running just a little high. As he gets through there, he gets a little bit lower. He could probably run right through those tacklers and get a first down.
Good pickup still.
I think if Francis punches something in here, this game could be over.
2nd and 4. Went to the air in a few of these situations earlier. They'll do it again. Gertson flushed out right, still keeping his eyes downfield. Now he'll decide to run. Makes one miss and slides.
And this is what I was
in
talking
first down territory.
This is what I was talking about last year. He's put it in Finn's hand, let him take care of the game. Right? He doesn't like what he has downfield. He has no problem running and sliding, getting the first down, getting down. The clock is now continuing to tick-tock down. Like, there's a good 20 seconds they're going to take off now. Put the ball in your grade 12 quarterback's hands and let him win the game.
Gertson has shown stellar composure tonight, working through his reads, tucking it and running when he can. And the slides from a high school quarterback, keeping himself healthy. Here's a run. That's Ogbomo, bounced it off the line of scrimmage. Didn't see a hole there and still able to pick up a few.
Yep, same thing, slot back through the B gap. They did a great job. He should have bounced it a little bit earlier. I know it's hard to say. It's easy for us to say that up here. He had to bounce that out earlier. He's gone. Not many people out there, but again, Notre Dame's doing a great job taking that run away that they dominated the first half with.
The Pride are hoping that that door is just a little ajar for a comeback still. Brown's trying to put a nail in it, driving forward. Pickup of 5 here, and tell you what, should set up either a better field goal try here or maybe an attempt on a 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2 here. They're going to keep Finn on the field, so they're going to go for it. Notre Dame needs to stop here. Now, hey, I would love to see a little play action here. You know they're going to pound the rock, right? They've done it a little bit. Oh, he's going to be in shotgun with the 4-pack here. Let's see what they do.
What do the Browns have drawn up? Kane in motion. They'll go to him. Kane's open in the flats. Inside the 5.
Great play call.
Touchdown. Icing on the cake for the St. Francis Browns.
Yeah, they take Marquez Kane outside. He was outside. They like throwing them the ball. They bring him in motion. They don't adjust. They don't come over. You see this in the NFL all the time. Firing those guys off to the other side of the field in man-to-man. He's got the advantage. He's out in the flats, and there's only one guy to beat for the end zone. They caught Notre Dame out of their zone coverage in man, and athlete just beat the athlete. Ball goes right to the flat for 6.
Stellar camera shot there by Odell, who's down on the field today running around. That is a ton of leg work down there. He's working as hard as some of the running backs, I guarantee you. And what a look. The Browns crowd just so fired up, and they have all the reason to be fired up right now after this touchdown to Kane.
Yeah, you see Keenan Brown there was in the coverage. He was trying to come across the field. And it looked like Lucas Scott was late on it. Now he's just out there, no one out there in the flats. And with his speed, with Kane's speed, no one's going to catch him. And like you said, icing on the cake. There's 2:26 left, 2 timeouts. Notre Dame's in some trouble here.
Yeah, it would take a miracle at this point. I mean, if there was a comeback in the cards, what would it even take at this point? We're talking Hail Marys, we're talking onside kicks, and multiple of them.
Yeah, they probably need to, like I said, stretch the field, put it up. Maybe you get a pass interference. Maybe you get a big play. If they could score in the next minute, there's a possibility they can, come back. But now it's a 3-score game. It's going to be tough.
Yeah, crazier things have happened, but not much.
Yeah, like Gingerbread Hall winning the world title, right? Like crazy things happen,
That
right?
was a crazy thing.
Yeah. Another wrestling reference. Sorry to the fans have no idea what we're talking about.
They probably think we're such nerds, but listen, I'm going to give you a pass on that one. He's from Calgary.
That's right, he is. He's a dino.
Long kick taken by Obo. Ball was on the ground, couldn't handle it clean at first. Off the line drive. Obo over the middle, makes one miss, cuts it forward. Obo made something out of nothing, but the Pride were looking for a little more.
Now, there was a couple years ago, Notre Dame was playing Ernest Manning. Notre Dame was up 24, 27 points with about 3 minutes left. And Ernest Manning came back all the way, and it was a 3-point game, and Ernest Manning had the ball with 20 seconds left of the 30-yard line. Large things happen in high school football. Anything can happen right now, but Notre Dame just has to score fast.
They'll hand the ball off to Obo, looking for a seam. Good gain on first down of about 6, but I think the Browns at this point probably content with a 6-yard gain.
Absolutely. Running the ball here, 2 minutes left. Either Notre Dame's trying to get out of the dodge, or they just don't have anything that they could just stretch the field with. Fullback dive at 2nd and 5 under 2 minutes. Now you're 3rd and 2. Let's see Notre Dame do something here.
Mark it at the 44. So maybe just over a full yard needed here. They go to the air here. No, quarterback sneak right over the middle. They'll have the first down, but that clock's still ticking. Did a good job to get that snap off quickly. Not a ton of time off, but now down to a minute 47.
They did go really quick to get the first down, so that's really good.
Good execution by Cox.
They're still on the wishbone here.
Another handoff, Oboe. There's some room down the right side, but a nice tackle made by the Browns.
Francis doesn't really have much contained there. It kind of looked like he could have booted out to the backside. Right, that defensive end, he's the guy that's supposed to contain the quarterback. So he crashed down hard, so that quarterback could have easily booted out to the backside. We'll see if they actually have that in the playbook.
Tough to tell. Wasn't possibly, might have been Turner or Spatafora on that one. And another run attempt here for the Pride, just going nowhere. Met in the backfield. Is that Beach again? I see him walking around back there. It was.
Oh, yeah. He just fired right through that gap, and I think he went through so fast that lineman didn't even see him. What a football player he is. We've said his name multiple times today.
Yeah, you know, I was just thinking to myself, like in a lot of tournaments we do and a lot of the showcases, we have players of the games. We won't have one here, but if there was to be one, I think it might be the first time in a long time I've seen probably my biggest argument would be for a linebacker.
Absolutely. I think he's 100% the player of the game today. He's really gave Notre Dame's offense a lot of problems. And when the Francis defense needed a play, he's there doing it. Like, he's that guy. So I agree with you. I think he'd be the player of the game for sure.
So a 3rd and 9 if there is any air left in the sails of the Pride. They need a big play right here, right now, with 1:22 left. Otherwise, we're looking at being 1 first down away from some quarterback knees on the other side. One last shot here for Chris Cox and the Pride offense. They need 8. Ball's on the ground. Cox going to take it himself. Sheds off a couple tackles. Nice effort, but he gets drilled at the end of it. One more stop for the Browns defense. That one from Anthony Haynes.
Yeah, it looked like he just dropped the snap, so his eyes came off downfield, and he thought he had, oh yeah. 68 came upfield, huge. Yeah, he just didn't have anything. That pocket collapsed on him, and he tried to take off. And yeah, here we go. We're probably just going to see a lot of quick runs here, and then after a first down.
A few more plays left in this game for the Browns. Quick run to the left side. Getting some of the guys in that haven't gotten some touches yet. That's Simon Aerodome, grade 12 running back.
Here we go. We got a little roughing here. Watch number 64 here. He gets into it with the other Notre Dame guy. He's going to get a penalty here. This is where you're, oh, no, slapped to the head there by the Notre Dame player. This is where your frustrations come out, not the game that you wanted. Sorry, I talked right over the ref there. It's a 15-yard penalty on Notre Dame for slapping him in the head.
That one's on me, Derek. Caught me a little off guard. Didn't unmute him in time.
That's all right.
Brown's going to have to run up to the line of scrimmage here. Ball was placed a little ahead, maybe from where they thought it was going to be. It did stop the clock. Another flag on the snap. Run to the right side. Gain of a couple.
Yeah, Francis might went just a little early there. That's the excitement, right? They're kids. That's the excitement. If that's a procedure penalty on Francis, they're probably a little excited. There's only a minute left. There's no way Notre Dame can come back now.
Listen to the crowd.
Offside. St. Francis, that penalty is declined. 2nd down.
Yeah, the no-shirt crew is still over there in the corner for the Francis fans.
They're going to grow up. They are excellent fan prospects. They're going to grow up and be the best football fans.
Yeah, I'll admit it. I was down at a Buffalo Bills game. I was a no-shirt guy once back in the day, long time ago.
Run. First down. Browns. Ribicki in a quarterback.
Yeah, that might just seal the deal there. Now they can just kneel it out.
Everyone should be thankful I don't go shirtless to my football games.
Well, it is chilly, but it's not that chilly. I remember, remember getting down there, your first NFL game, your early 20s,
and you said
cold
Bills
weather.
Game?
Yeah.
So you would look out of place with a shirt on, is what you're saying, basically.
The Bills Mafia, got to join them, right?
So maybe still just enough time on the clock that the Browns are going to run the ball a little more here. 46 seconds, so not quite time for knees. Run to the right side, gain of a couple. Sometimes in this spot in a rivalry game, you'll see a team try to run the score up a little bit.
Yeah, there's not many good feelings between these two schools. I know one school there won't even say the other school. It's just the school in the south.
Yeah.
Right. So they're bitter rivals, especially this time of year. They easily could kneel it out, but it looks like they're just going to keep running a couple powers here.
Yeah, the guys in the orange helmets don't really like the guys in the gold helmets too much.
Yeah,
that's football.
There's a time count violation. Now, this time count violation, under 3 minutes, that is a loss of down.
Yeah.
So that right there is not, well, I mean, the game is out of hand, but that's not a smart penalty to take. So they'll probably come in here and kick a field goal now. They could just take a knee and give the Notre Dame the ball with, a couple seconds left to try to do something, and it looks like that's what they're going to do. They might still run a play. Refs are talking to the Notre Dame coaches here.
Time count violation, St. Francis. Lost it down, 3rd down.
Yeah, so the time count violation, if you decline it, then it's loss of down. So that's what they did there. I think everyone would do that as well.
Third and 6. Where's the football? Somewhere in the backfield.
Yeah, they ran a little fullback counter there, and Notre Dame was ready for it. So Notre Dame's got 14 seconds left. Let's see what they do.
That would not be a very good linebacker. My eyes would just be wherever.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to follow the ball when they get the trickery going, the motions and the jet sweeps and then the counters. And, the linebackers, what they like to do is keep their eyes on the guard. So if you see a guard pull, then you kind of have to read the counter coming from there. Regardless of the jet sweep or the motion from the receivers, the linebackers like to look at the line. The line will give away the keys when they're running those counters.
So maybe time for a couple more plays here for the Pride. Quick run out to the left, bounce back over the middle. Gain of a few yards.
The one thing about these two teams, they're going to see each other in the playoffs here. Like, I know the score says 24-3, but I don't think it was really as lopsided as the score shows it. So the next time these guys play in the playoffs, I would expect Notre Dame to come out a little bit stronger, a lot less penalties, and probably put more points on the board than what we saw today.
Clock hits zeros, one final tackle, and that'll do it. Some chirping after the whistle. And flags are going to stay in the pocket, so that is the final play of the game. Browns fans going crazy. Been told this is a bit of a tradition for the team as well, just running around that upright in the end zone.
Yeah, both teams kind of like to run around the goalpost at the end of the game. It's something that both teams do. I don't know, if I was a player, I wouldn't really want to run around the post after the game, but it's what they do, and everyone has their traditions, everyone has their things, so they're going to come to the middle of the field, they'll shake their hands regardless, and I mean, it was a pretty good football game.
Yeah, pretty good football game here. 24-3, the final score for the Browns. Now, if these two teams were to match up in playoffs again, if you are the Pride, if you're head coach David DeLuzio, what are the adjustments you're trying to make?
Well, if I'm Dave DeLuzio, I take these kids in, I watch them film, and I show them the successes. I don't show them, the bad stuff. I say, look, here's where we had success. These are the things that we did. Yet, look at what happened with penalties. We had a couple holding penalties. We had this, we had that. The wind didn't help us out in the punt game, but it's not a 24-3 game. We break out these big runs, we do those types of things that Notre Dame does and what we always do, then we will score and we will have success. So I think these teams meet in the playoffs, the score is going to be a lot closer.
Now for the Browns, really strong performance from them today, really suffocating on defense, and the offense had big plays when they needed them.
Yeah, you know, you got to tilt your hat to Finn, right? Grade 12 quarterback who's, you know, starting quarterback since grade 10. He showed it today. He showed the composure in the pocket. He didn't force the football down the field. He didn't force the football in bad coverage. He took what the defense gave him. He took off. He ran for the first downs. He did a really good job. And that's what Francis needs from him. If he could take control of that offense, then these are the type of things that's going to happen.
It's been an excellent night from McMahon Stadium for Connor Toffin, Derek Brockenier, and the whole crew at IC Live, who do such a good job and make our lives so easy. Browns win it 24-3. Good night from Calgary.
Yo, check the rhythm, feel the vibe, beats dropping hard, making heads collide, bass thumping loud, shaking up the street. Every step I take, moving to the beat, lightning fast, I'm breaking it down, feeling the pulse in every sound, never miss a step, always on the move. The beat's my partner, we groove as 1, 2. I close my eyes and let the music flow.